Good evening and welcome to the live Q&A with Andy Scheckman and myself, Kevin Hauser, aka Tattoo. Welcome back. We are waiting on Andy. I'm not sure what we're waiting on him doing, but we're waiting on him. We're generally always waiting on him. It's been a crazy week. Well, last week was the crazy week. Uh, oh,
Hey,
hey, Andy.
how you doing?
Good to
When
see
did you
you.
get here?
Oh man. And look who we got here. It's everybody.
And you got it right this time?
I did. I
You
think that
actually
we got it
started
right.
it?
Any comments that they can't hear us or see us? Z? Oh, we're good. I just said it's been a crazy week, but I meant by week was last week,
Yeah.
to say the least. But today was quite impressive. I mean, I kind of felt when I woke up this morning. Actually, let me turn back. Yesterday, when the futures opened at 6 o'clock, we started up by 8 cents. We went down 35 cents, and this was all extremely quickly. Then we went up 45 cents. Then later in the night, I woke up in the middle of the night. We were up about 75 cents. I had a gut feeling that we would definitely be surging past the $1 plus on silver. And then today, I think we were up almost as much as 230,
2:30.
almost. And yeah, I think we closed up about $1.30, but it was very strong in light of the market kind of shitting the bed, which the futures were leading to that. I just think, man, this looks so strong. It looks so strong. But I think what's telling that we probably have to get to discuss more than anything is kind of the bullshit that we saw happen on Friday. I think we should really get into that with the COMEX because
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know that there's a lot of conjecture out there, but the cooling system excuse, and
Right.
I've heard and read a lot of things. I mean, H4, there are backups upon backups
Yeah.
that people that in the industry said that it's impossible that this should ever
Well,
happen.
not only that, you have end of month, you have massive short positions, you have massive lack of liquidity because there's not enough bars.
Yeah.
It's like the LBMA going from T+1 to T+8 weeks, one being a day, and then 8 weeks because of a shortage of manpower and trucks. We knew that was Fugazi. This is Fugazi too. And look at it. You're
I
talking.
have to interrupt you.
I know you like that. I know you.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
love that you got the Fugazi.
other than the vest, I've taken a lot of your bad habits.
Those are good habits. Fugazi's
Yeah.
great.
Well, but you're talking one of the lightest volume days ever, as everyone is eating turkey dinner and not focusing on um, the metals market, and so low volume, but yet on the COMEX, all of the other markets were just fine. The Forex and the current, the FX market and the interest rate market, they didn't get disrupted. They're cool, or their the servers weren't. Who's here? That's probably your phone. Your phone, your ring. By the way,
Oh, it might be.
Wendy's, I'll never go there again. They aggravate me so much. The hamburger joint.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
They have a commercial now where it starts with that, and I'm watching
You
it
told me about this.
at two
The
in the
dogs go
morning.
nuts.
I'm watching the Timberwolves, and it was late at night, and they were playing on the West Coast. Knock it off, please. And it's almost 2 in the morning, and the Wendy's commercial comes on. My dogs freak out, jump off my bed, screaming. My wife wakes up. What's going on? What's going on?
That's great.
What a stupid commercial. But anyways, it's one of the lowest volume days ever. But you have this setup of end of month, end of options expiring. It was right around SLV options expiring, and at the same time, you had all of the traders on the 28th that had to. It was the first day to stand for delivery for the December contract. And then it happens to go off in the middle of the night from like 11 o'clock at night Eastern until 10, 11 in the morning.
It was a 10 hour.
It was
a 10 hour
damage
closure.
control.
Yeah, and I'm looking, and I was trying to do some more in-depth research into it, but a couple of things that I saw, and I'll just read you a couple. But Red Dragon 46 says, I worked as an air conditioning technician for data centers here in New York City. These spaces are built with triple and quadruple redundancies. If one AC unit goes down, they have at least two more to cover it while it's down. That goes with cooling towers, pumps, etc. There is no way a quote cooling issue can shut down the COMEX. Believe when I say that that's impossible. It's complete BS. They literally showed us how weak they really are. Keep stacking the fiscal to avoid all of it.
Well, it goes to show you how weak our markets are if an air conditioner can bring down the market. And, you know, to me, the common theme from all of this, whether you're talking the US government or our markets or our judicial system or our politicians, it's all centered around a lack of trust. No one trusts us anymore to buy our treasuries. And during, the last several years, there was questioning on the judicial system, on our immigration system, on our legal system, two-tiered system, where politicians and whether it be officials like on the Federal Reserve are breaking the law. They're caught and they just get dismissed, but that's it. Whereas the rest of us would go to jail. And no one trusts us anymore. No one trusts the markets. We talked about the repo market problem
Yep.
a couple of weeks ago, where it's not about liquidity because there's twice the liquidity in the system now than there was in the 2019 repo market crisis. But $125 billion gets injected into the repo market. That's crisis level injection. And it's about trust that the banks who trade with each other overnight don't trust the collateral that is being posted, largely mortgage-backed securities, both commercial and residential. It's about trust and a system that isn't backed by anything anymore. It's fiat. Trust is paramount.
It's the only thing.
If you lose trust,
You
it's
lose
over.
everything, right?
And so we're beginning to see the world has already got this, or the central banks have gotten it. But now you're seeing it spill over into our markets. And you know who's sitting waiting in the corner, waiting and with a smile is Shanghai. They would love nothing more than to be the price setting.
Of course.
And this happens because look at, the oil contract used to be quoted in London until the NYMEX took it over. And now it's rendered obsolete in London. The point is for us to be as naive and filled with hubris the way we are to think that the COMEX and the LBMA will be the
only ones that can do this job.
well,
It's ridiculous.
you got the nickel market failure. You got now there's a lack of trucks and manpower, and now you got an air conditioning. The whole system is screwed up, man. And when you talk about trust, to not take the bigger picture here, forget about what we are led to believe, which we all know is bullshit. The trust that is in our institutions, in our leadership, how about the fiscal irresponsibility? Do you know that in the 6 weeks we were closed as a government, they added $600 billion in debt? $600 billion in debt. In seconds, you're talking about 20 plus thousand years ago. That's 600 billion if you counted by ones. And so the point of it is that we are losing trust across the board, and it's accelerating into our markets, and that is a very, very bad thing. This is why gold is being reintegrated into the system, because it has no counterparty risk. You can hold it yourself and not worry about the trust or the lack of trust that is permeating its way through everything right now. It's a bad omen, truthfully.
And just on top of that, because Cyrus One was the one that they had.
Get some water.
Yeah, Cyrus One was the one that was running the data center. Just Dario, number one, Tim, thank you for sending me this information. I appreciate you for that. Just Dario on X said, fun fact, Cyrus One data center in Illinois, quote, cooling issues impacting the CME aren't currently impacting any other client
market.
operations of Cyrus One across any of its data centers, according to Down.
It just happened to hit the market when things were falling apart. There is a rumor out there that, and I think I saw it. I think I saw it from Eric Young, where there was a very large trader or group of traders together that stood for 400 million ounces of delivery. No, I don't want cash, and I'm not going to roll it in February. Give me my metal. And when you naked short something over all of the years, the West has been able to do it because no one stood for delivery. As I've often said, less than 1% did. And now the sophisticated money that used to be third world and not sophisticated or wealthy is now wealthy, sophisticated, motivated, and coordinated with other players to where they understand that delivery is the Achilles heel of the system. And we will reach a point, I think, where one of the shorts will break ranks. And they'll be like, screw this. It's an existential threat we are covering. Can you only imagine what the board meetings are like? How many billions have you lost for us already? But it's unrealized. I don't care. If they stand for delivery and you have nothing behind those contracts but rehypothecated paper, watch out. And for those who don't believe this is possible, go back and watch the Chris Marcus Arcadia Economics slash Bart Chilton, Chilton, Bart Chilton, Arcadia Economics interview, where Bart says that this is largely the reason Bear Stearns failed, not entirely, but largely because they had the largest short position ever, and silver went from 9 to 21. Bang. The leverage on the up is tremendous. On the down, it can put you out of business.
That's it. So let's just get a couple in here because then I let's see here. Curtis Griffith, 1796 says, "Hey Andy, perhaps now that the price is where it is, maybe people can stop accusing you of quote just talking your book."
Yeah,
end quote.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, and to me, and I thank you for that. Seriously, I mean, the amount of effort I put into this has nothing to do with talking my book. It's the reality, and I hate that. It's like my biggest pet peeve, because these people who say that have never owned or built something on their own, where you know you can be proud about something, do something coming from nothing, build something, and still do the right thing, and my book would be called How to Get to the Top Without Being a Prick, and you can. And what goes around comes around. I believe in karma very, very much. And if you screw people, screw finds you. If you do the right thing, it may not always appear that it happens, but everything in my career, by being nice and working on relationships and doing the right thing, everything has come back. And that's why, I've had the privilege of working with guys like Rick Rule and
Yep.
getting all of his customers' business, and being intertwined with people in the industry where, your reputation catches up with you. So thank you for that. And you're right. Look, in the midst of the greatest tech boom ever, silver's up almost 100% right now for the year, and the S&P is up 16%. And so you're talking a factor of 6. It's beaten it by 6 times. And yet, where are the financial advisors who say this is stupid? They've been wrong. And how about them talking their book? Just because they don't get on a podcast, you know why they don't get on a podcast? All of them would if they could, because of compliance. They won't. They're not allowed to. Well, I can get up and say what I believe, and I've been up here talking not just about my book, but about political events, geopolitical events. Not just gold and silver. To me, the gold and silver is the remedy. It's the why that matters. Why is the system sick? And so, you never hear me on any of these podcasts saying, buy this today, right now. We rarely, if ever, talk about the what. We talk about the why. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for saying that. I got kids, and I don't want my family name to be destroyed as the guy who sold out and was talking his book. It's anything but that. It's just building something I'm proud of. And that's the truth. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. I want to get to the next question, but I want to just say it was truly a pleasure. Andy and I got to big shout out to Jake's Custom.
Hey, Jake.
We had the pleasure of meeting him for a little breakfast last week, and that was truly a pleasure. We were a little rushed, so Jake, we do apologize about having to kind of eat and run, but
Time management is the bane of my existence, man.
well, we don't like driving south. We don't. I don't like driving south.
We drove, let's say 30, 35 miles, and then the last 2 miles took the same length
As the
it
first
took
30 miles,
35,
100%.
because we got a drawbridge,
Ugh.
and in Fort Lauderdale, it just seems that every single
And
street has a stoplight.
everything, it was Murphy's Law. Anything that could go wrong that day, that morning, in terms of driving, it was a beautiful
Maybe
day.
it's
Don't get
because
me
you
wrong.
weren't wearing a vest.
It's possible. I could have worn a life vest.
I mean, maybe
It
that
looks
gives
a
you
little
good
weird.
luck.
Yeah, but good
Well,
luck.
and this doesn't
Good-
look weird. It's
good-
Florida. You're wearing a
It's
vest.
cold.
It's not cold.
It's a little chilly. It was
It's
a little
not
windy.
chilly.
What did you wear the other day when we played golf?
It was 50 degrees, almost 40 something degrees. Let's see. For
Your
those of you,
house is a little cold.
oh my ass, my house. Look, this is how warm it is right now. It's 74
That's
degrees.
outside. In his house, it's probably 68.
Oh,
Yeah, look, I can see nipples. Listen, let's get to the important shit. Stuff. Excuse me.
you don't want to see my nipples.
No, I don't. And
You're a nipple guy.
This is a family show.
What?
Why don't you guys say goodbye to Miggy?
Who's Miggy?
Some guy who's being, or some person who's being an asshole.
What's he saying?
calling you a Jew and.
Bye, Miggy.
Bye, Miggy. You're
Been fun.
Get rid of Miggy.
Let's get to the important stuff because I sent you this text. Expat Stacker 777 wants to know what your take is on JP Morgan moving to Asia. And I think what he means by that is on Twitter, there was a piece that said JP Morgan moved their entire hashtag gold trading desk from New York to Singapore last Thursday. What's going on? Something big might be happening.
If it were true, it would be big, but I don't believe it is true, to be honest with you. In fact, James Anderson, who is a very, very smart dude and a very nice man, he does podcasts for SD Bullion, and he said he took the first few paragraphs of it and put it into Google search, and it came back from basically like an email that was sent years ago, like 2020 or something like that. And he said he believes it's not true. Now,
Like that was from Eric Young, which is the
so right,
econ.
and on the email, he even wrote, Eric, I think this is false information.
Got it.
And he said, I hope that guy recants it before it's too late.
Yeah.
It blew up over the
Yeah.
interweb, but I would say to you, I don't believe it to be true.
Okay.
If it were, it would be very significant.
It's eye-opening, that's for
It
sure.
would just signal that
Yeah.
the supremacy is moving away from the trustless COMEX to the Shanghai exchange,
Yeah. All right.
or Singapore rather.
At Nancy Paulino 1553, she wants to know, is it worth purchasing 1/10 ounce silver rounds?
No, it's not.
Why don't
Premiums
you-
are too
There
high.
you go.
They're very, very high premiums. You'd be better off buying pre-65 silver for spot or less. And where 14 dimes is 1 ounce of silver, almost exactly. So it's even less than 1/10 of an ounce. It's just too expensive.
Yeah, you're
in
better
my
off
mind.
in junks right now, very inexpensive.
Yeah.
At PJ Bowler 3129 wants to know, Andy, are we getting Michelle on for the Christmas live Q&A?
Well, she said she would. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know
we
if she's
can-
going to be in South Africa
Well,
then or not.
as long as she has a computer, we're
Yeah,
good.
she said she would.
Yeah.
Michelle,
Well,
if you're watching right now, why don't you chime in?
yeah. And Michelle, if you're watching, text me because we'll get one set up. But I also wanted to see, let's just find out real quickly what the number is. We are
90,000.
10,800 away from 100,000 subscribers. So I usually do this at the end, but tell your friends, tell your family, smash that like button, subscribe, tell everyone. We want to do a monster giveaway for 100,000 subs. Just the first step. Next one after that's going to be 250,000. And I think that with what's coming down the pike now with metals, and we're starting to now see interest, because today I turned on CNBC, and for the first time in a long time, I saw gold and silver captured at the bottom right screen, and other things were being moved along the bottom left. So it's a telltale. I mean, I think now we definitely have gotten a lot of attention.
Well, I'll tell you, and I don't watch CNBC basically.
I turned it
I
on.
get nauseous turning it on. But I was working out a few months ago in the club, and I was on a elliptical machine right in front of the ticker. And at the time, gold had just broken 4,000, and it was an all-time high. And I'm watching that. So on CNBC, what he's talking about, there's a box that flips like this every 10, 15 seconds with indices. And underneath it is a scrolling ticker. And I remember watching it for a few minutes saying, what the hell, man? Gold's at all-time highs over 4,000 and they're hardly reporting it. So I started to pay attention. And every time that gold would come up, it would take like 27 or 28 flips of the box. So you're talking 2-3 minutes before it would come back up. And
Yeah.
I started counting the number of mentions of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and or Bitcoin futures. And it was like 9-1. So every 3 or 4 flips of the box, you would see Bitcoin, and every 20 some you
Yeah.
would see gold. And they do it with great reluctance. Maybe it's, there's a fine line between conspiracy and reality. Maybe it's that the people who control the media empire, there's 4 companies, maybe that they are giving us the filtered down version of what they want us to hear. But
Well, I think that one of the things that we can start to see here, and again, I'm not opposed to Bitcoin or certain of the cryptos, but I think that what is a telltale is we have learned from everything that's going on that, you know, Bitcoin is certainly not the safe haven.
It can't be a currency because its value is too volatile. It's a speculative asset, is what it is,
Yeah.
and period. End of story. But there are people on the right side of it, and great, more power to you. But
Yeah.
this is why I've always tried to bridge the two communities and say, take some of the profit and buy gold, because it went from 125,000 to 80,000, just like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
In that short of a time frame. I know. Listen, and look, this is not a monster. I mean, look, silver's up, like you said, almost 100% for the year. It's close to, we're at 28.90, I think, is where we closed out in December. So call it 90%, whatever the case may be.
I mean, 48.90.
No, what do you mean? No, closed in
Okay,
December
yeah,
December 31st,
yeah,
24.
yeah.
Closed at around 28.90, I think is they bashed it down the last day of the trading day, last day. So I mean, I think that I don't know what I'm thinking. I just lost my train of thought.
Where are
I
you?
got that phone call. I don't know, I guess I got a phone call that I have to turn away. But I don't know. Let's find out if whether or not the events that are taking place right now, do they make you happy, excited, or stressed?
What, do you forget things?
No, I don't forget
Stressed,
things.
very much so.
Today
I don't.
was
I think that the air is very supercharged right now, and it just seems that there's chaos everywhere that even hasn't really manifested yet. I don't know. I think it's exciting. I think nothing goes straight up. I think the bull wants to take as few along for the ride as possible, and it'll be volatile. But let's take a step back and talk about what the smart money is doing, the biggest money in the world, the people who don't do these things for the hell of it, right? Day one of the December contract, we saw 7,330 contracts were stood for delivery. That's 36. Oh, excuse me, that was gold. No, is that silver? Yeah, that's silver. 36.65 million ounces, worth more than 2 billion. Not a record. It says April saw 11,692. Day two, which would have been up through yesterday, uh, there had already been 2,397 million troy ounces of gold, plus a knee wobbling 41.525 million troy ounces of silver issued and stopped. I should not read without my glasses.
Would you like mine?
No, yeah, maybe. Anyway, so the bottom line is that we have seen a tremendous amount of gold and silver delivered on the first 2 days. I don't know what happened today, but we've been seeing a pattern lately where later in the month we see contracts that are issued and immediately stand for delivery. It makes it much more difficult to analyze this stuff because most contracts would settle within the first day or two. We're seeing a lot of that happening. So, but this is every single month. Billions and billions and billions of dollars are flowing into the COMEX, and a lot of it standing for delivery. Doesn't mean it all leaves. A good deal has. A lot stays in the eligible account at COMEX, but which is a series of vaults. But you're talking biggest money in North America is literally buying up billions and billions and billions of gold and silver every month. And that is the part that's not talked about on CNB Stupid, like, or any of them. Like, why this is a news story. Like, you would think that if you are seeing literally billions and billions every month and have been since November, that there would be some journalist who has a shred of integrity that would say, hey, maybe we should ask those questions instead. There was an article in on Reuters, Reuters or Forbes, one of them. I think it was Reuters, and it basically was talking about silver now starting to perform, and the title was something like "The Devil's Medal."
Yeah.
Well,
I saw that. The Devil's Medal.
They want to cast everything in a shitty light.
I will say this. I mean, and you know that certainly you do a tremendous amount of research, and I do as much as I can. This weekend, I saw more silver YouTube videos than probably in the last month alone combined. There was, I mean, it was insane.
Well, there was a lot to
The
talk about.
notifications just kept coming up,
and most of it had to do with the air conditioners. I mean, that's a big deal when that happens.
Oh yeah.
And typically you see shenanigans over US holidays because the world market is still open, right? And so there's very low liquidity, and even the Western traders can move the market very easily when the New York traders are out for holiday.
There was a, I don't know, you probably didn't get to watch it yet. I sent you a YouTube video link today. I sent it to you and Josh, and it's a little lengthy. It's about 51 minutes, but it is entirely on why silver is not, it wasn't really the guy's opinion. He's saying by how detrimental it is for every single industry for the most part, and that why this isn't a matter of an if it's going to be, it's a matter of when it's going to be. Um, and it talks about, you always say the military complex, it talks about the solar, it talks about without silver, there would be virtually no other industry. There would be, no solar, there would be no computing. Everything that we need, that we actually live with today, take silver. We take it for granted. The phone,
Including the
chip.
transmission of money. And I mean, everything has silver in it. I clicked on it. I had 3 podcasts. I
Yeah.
didn't have time to watch it, but
it's good to go to bed.
I don't know who that guy was.
And I'll tell you, he was. I'm going to see
Never
if
seen
maybe
him
we can.
before.
No, but I'm going to see if maybe we can link it because it truly is. I mean, again, it's lengthy, but it takes you through A to Z on why, if you're contemplating maybe purchasing silver for the first time or questioning whether or not you should or you shouldn't. And again, he's not somebody who is selling silver. He's not, but it is just a very, very knowledgeable piece of all the aspects of silver, and I think it's very important. So I'll see if we can get
Again,
that
big
link up.
picture, in 2023, the European Union classified silver critical. The US just did it. China did it in response and also is going to limit exports as the
Yep.
second largest producer in the world. And I don't know what happened in Canada, but I know about a year ago there was a consortium of bankers and miners and whomever else that was petitioning Ottawa to have it changed from industrial to critical or strategic.
Mhm.
The world is waking up to a not just gold and silver, to a rush of all commodities, and realizing he or she who possesses the commodities wins and makes the rules, not just the gold. And it's going to accentuate when you see the US government put policy and national security under the price of silver. I think of a couple things. I think not only of silver going higher and the floor under it, I think of Tom Luongo and his thesis that there is a battle going on between Trump and the aristocrats, the European aristocrats, because here he is trying to take money creation away from the Fed and give it to the Treasury with the Stablecoin Act. Very risky. That's what Kennedy did, and many think that's why he died. At the same time, he outs J.P. Morgan and says they are involved in the Epstein files specifically, and then does this, and then you look at making it a critical mineral. Basically, is going to massively squeeze the LBMA because everyone now realizes that the governments are out to get it now too and possess it, and everyone's going to want delivery. You have a gazillion ounce short position, almost 2 billion ounces outstanding. Who holds it all? Tom would say it's largely the European banks, and you're talking a squeeze of serious proportions. Now, again, this is just me thinking out loud, but things are going to heat up with silver. I do believe that.
So with that being said, remember Gunther? He kind of got screwed over by
Yes.
that.
Yes.
He had a question for us tonight, and he said if you can ask it live. And I don't know, you certainly know a lot more about this than I do.
I think I talked to him first, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
I
And
remember him.
you,
Hi,
when you
Gunther.
saw it, and you said, "Oh my God, this
Yeah.
is probably one of the worst ones I've ever
Yeah.
seen." So his question is, what miner at this point in time would you recommend? I didn't know, and I mean, we're not.
I mean, I'm not.
advisors, so not
I'll
financial
tell you.
advice.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you buy the majors, the larger companies in both gold and silver, and the royalty stocks. So in silver, a good royalty stock would be Silver Wheaton. In gold, it would be Royal Gold, Franco Nevada. These are companies that basically lend money to the miners, and it's a better business model, really, and get a piece of the action. And some of the biggers like uh, Newmont or
That's enough.
First Majestic in silver, Newmont in gold, Barrick. These are the
Keith
big,
Neumeyer.
yeah, Keith for sure. It's in fact,
I think, I listened to a piece on Rick Rule this morning.
Keith's company is, I think, has the largest percentage of silver of any silver miner, and a lot of the companies that mine silver are actually mining more gold now because it's so difficult to find
Yeah.
silver deposits, which are depleting.
I think Rick Rule, I watched a piece with him this morning, and between like 5 and 6 a.m. because, I don't sleep that much. And he actually mentioned several of the same companies. So he actually said that what he did was he took a portion of his junior miners off the table and he put them into the quality, high quality companies because he said that 25% that he took off was able to basically lock in the profits where he, no matter, even if he loses everything now, he got his principal back and 25%.
We're reaching a level of
Yeah.
performance that the funds have to notice. And his thesis, I'm sure, because I've talked with him a million times about it, is that when the big money comes in, they will first go to the majors and then to the juniors and then to the exploration. It's an order of process.
All right, so let's go to at Kep79. Andy, your thoughts on platinum, 18 ounce of gold mined to get 1 ounce of platinum.
Yeah, that's the thesis. And not only that, the majority of the supply is in South Africa and in Russia, if I remember right. Those are BRICS members. And so, yeah, it's an issue of supply. It's an issue of above ground supply and mining supply. And as you know, the U.S. Mint hasn't made any Platinum Eagles in years, three maybe. They're not making them next year. And it's hard to come by. I think we have them now, some 1 ounce bars in stock, but they're hard. I mean, it's
The
just
1
hard to
ounce
get platinum.
platinum. I know
Yeah.
that, no, because I just went to I saw Larry today and we just got 75 platinum maples in.
Oh, nice.
That I don't know how many are left after Josh announced it today to us, but yeah, and very, relatively speaking, very inexpensive for the most part. I think
I like it. I would have it as a
Yeah.
smaller allocation.
Yeah.
Gold and silver first and then platinum.
At CF Florio says, this is good. What will be better is when we get back to 1 ounce of silver buying 1 acre of land.
Yeah.
It might be a little time before we see that, but on the heels of that, at Zachman60 says, Andy, do you think silver can hit $300 in a year?
I mean, to take a time outlook is very difficult.
I think it could hit 300 in a year. We just don't have to tell them what year.
Yeah, in 8 years. But
In
let
8 years.
me do a little math here. If we put gold, most of the analysts out there, what the hell do they know? They keep revising
Of
their
course.
numbers, but a lot of them are saying $6,000. So by next year, the end of next year, so you take
6,000 in gold.
yeah,
Yeah.
divide that by 42, which has been the average price range over the last 100 years. You're at $142. It's coming out of the ground at 7 to 1. So you take 6,000 and divide it by 7, you're at 857. In theory, is it possible? Absolutely. Look, the thing is this, is that no one knows what it should really be priced at because it's been suppressed
Correct.
for so long.
The true value is kind of coming out now.
Yeah.
It's when the gloves are off and now the open market is truly finding its footing as to where silver should be priced.
Now, I'm going to give you credit. You said publicly you thought it would be 60 by year end. We may be there by tomorrow. Who knows? Could fall back down too. I'm not saying that it doesn't go straight up, but if you told me that by the end of the year silver would be $100 or 95 to $100, I would believe it. It just seems as though there is a shift in mentality from not only the way that people and institutions are looking at metals. When you see Michael Hartnett from Bank of America and the chief investment officer of Morgan Stanley saying 20 and 25% of your assets should be in gold and silver, that's different. When you see Jeffrey Gundlach, the bond king, saying 25% is not overweight, that's different. When you see the U.S. government call it a critical mineral, that's different. When you see billions upon billions upon billions be delivered every month in the COMEX, that's different. I could keep going on, but it is different. The whole aura of all of this is different, as is the rhetoric coming out of the highest levels. It's different. So yeah, I mean, we're in uncharted territory.
Yeah, and I appreciate the credit. And yeah, I went on and said I thought 60 and 70, but I also think at this point, we've seen now silver move almost 20% in a week. And I just don't want people to get uber excited and it should only keep going up. I mean, nothing goes straight up. A pullback
Well, let's talk
and a
about
little
the pullback
breath.
for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pullback. And the market wants to only take the people who get it along for the ride.
Yeah.
The pullback that we saw last time, not only was the market oversold or overbought and had gone straight up, in a vertical line and needed a bit of a correction, but look at what happened and how, we were getting how many phone calls, like people wanting to slit their wrists. Is it over?
Yep.
Of course, I bought it too high. The run is over. You're never going to get back. And then here we are.
Andy's a shill.
Yeah, but what did that do? That was a big speed bump that
Yep.
threw everyone off. And that's the way markets behave. And if you don't understand that, you're not in the right market, period.
Yeah, and by the way, those are the times, and I think we said that on one of the podcasts where we said those are the times that the people that truly know why they're buying it, forgetting price, just know why they're buying it. That's the opportunity. That it is. An opportunity doesn't come all that often. I mean, it's great. You're buying it up $3 on Friday, and today $2. But take advantage of those days that you might have bought some up three, up two. But when it's down $1 or $2, don't think of it as, oh my God, is it over? Think of it as this is an opportunity for me to accumulate more of why you bought it in the first
Rick
place.
Rule always says to me, he says, Andy, I never understand it why you go into a store like Nordstrom's and the shirt you want to buy is on sale. Son of a bitch, it's on sale.
Right. You
know?
don't get angry about
Right,
it then, right?
right.
I know, that's the point.
Yeah, but you do, but they do. But it's an emotional deal.
It
And
is.
part of the reason is that the suppression that has been endless has delinked rational thinking and logic and intuitive process. It's delinked it from price discovery. But maybe, just maybe, because of all the things I just said, why it seems different to me. And beware of the guy who says this time it's different. I mean, I get that. It just feels different.
Well, I could tell you no matter whatever happens from now going forward, up, down, or indifferent, it is different. We are at all time high. We at all time highs. We are
I
at
worry
all
about you.
probably. You don't. You know.
You okay?
I'm very emotional.
I understand.
Today was a rough day. It's still rough.
There's always tomorrow.
there
But
is
there's
always
still
tomorrow.
plenty of time today to get rougher.
Yeah, I don't really want any more roughness after today. So that leads me to the question that we had before. So these markets being as they are, does it make you happy, excited, or stressed? Which one would you put, which category, which box would you fit in?
Well, I mean, I have a hard time with stress, because my life is so chaotic on multiple levels. It's not just podcasts I do and trying to navigate a business and do all of the things plus, have a life. It's hard. I'm stressed because these markets are stressful, but which accentuate the stress of running a metals business and the costs of it and all of the things associated. But I say that with apprehensive excitement. I am excited that you know that the things that I have said publicly are coming true, and it's also kind of frightening at the same time because as they come true, it speaks to a darker, deeper problem that I think most people don't want to confront, and that's why you don't hear this stuff from financial advisors or mainstream. They don't want to deal with it, but they've been wrong. And that's the part that no one talks about. Like they've been wrong, right?
Yeah, it's like the guy who says it's like Cliff who always talks about how much money he wins in the casino. Yeah, you don't hear about the losers.
Not only have they been wrong about the trajectory of gold and silver, if you are trusting a financial advisor to forge your path forward and they don't have the same outlook on life that you all do, if you're watching this show, you probably have a very hard time talking about your beliefs to your friends and family because you're one of the few people who
Get it?
have the courage to step outside the herd and not only do your own research but have your own convictions and beliefs. This is herd mentality. This is why there is Kondratiev wave and Elliott wave theory, economic theory, that says markets are only moved by human emotions. The few that can separate from what everyone else thinks is conventionally wise are the ones who succeed. And Rick Rule again will tell you that is the secret. Is the best success he's ever had is buying things that were dreadfully cheap. Yeah,
Yeah, and he said that there's no better money in the world, there's no faster money in the world than when the hate turns to decent,
right.
then you've already made your killing.
Yeah, and that's the way everything is.
Yeah.
The smart money is always positioned. And what's the smart money doing now? Oh, that's right. They're buying billions of dollars every week and month and standing for delivery around the globe. That's right.
So you know, I told you about my situation earlier that was stressful,
Yeah.
quite stressful. And then I told John about it too. And then I got a bunch of orders and dealing with some fires to put out. And then to end the day, I got an email from a client that wanted to know about tracking for his packages from October of 2023.
Well, that seems logical.
That's 2 years and 2 months. He wanted to know if we know if it was delivered. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, if I actually spent, I don't know, $20,000, $25,000
Well,
on
you think
metal,
that's a long time to wait?
I would probably call a little bit sooner than 2 years and 2 months. I would probably be on the phone with us. If it didn't come when the tracking said, it would be that day, maybe the next day.
Yeah.
I definitely know that I wouldn't wait.
Look, this is a very patient person.
Yeah, and not only that, we don't tracking information is only good for
Oh,
120 days.
try and call the insurance company on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I already spoke to shipping, and they said that they will actually because we everything that we do, just for all you out there, the thing that you can kind of get the better of Miles Franklin, you can't. Every single thing that we do, come inside and outside, everything that comes in and goes out is fully photographed, fully videotaped, so we have everything on there.
I think most people aren't looking to pull one over, but I think that just I mean I can't even imagine a world in where you would call and say I never received it and it's been almost
2.5
3
years.
years.
Yeah, I mean, is that
That's
insane?
just
It was,
stupid.
but it was par for the course for today for me. I mean, it just those are the calls that were coming in today.
But you know
So
what? They always come in bunches.
yeah, that's fine. It is what
That
it
means
is.
tomorrow will even be worse.
Yeah, that's great.
No,
I can't wait for
I'm
that to happen.
teasing.
All right, well, we'll see.
I'm
All right,
teasing.
let's see.
Not
here.
every day is bad.
So at Peachtree Road Boot Camp 4442 wants to know, is the public still selling? Yeah, I mean, I did. I think I did.
I don't get
John,
hardly
what
anybody.
I do 15 orders today or something.
Today's my day off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked her on her day off. Um, I think I did maybe 15 orders today, and I think two were buybacks. One was for a home purchase, which, by the way, congratulations, Michael, because you know because of the increase in metals, these wonderful people are now able to purchase the home of their dreams, which was they were only able to purchase half the home a couple of years ago. So congratulations to them on that.
Yeah, if you would take the number of ounces of gold that they bought 2 years ago instead of buying the house and then extrapolate it forward, the cost of the house and in dollars probably went up, but went way down in ounces
Yeah.
of gold.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. At Doc 96 737. I'm having trouble talking today. Maybe it's because I spoke too much today in general. I think maybe I need. Can I have a day off tomorrow?
You can just leave if you need to.
I was just told no. So, all right. I guess I got to wake up and work tomorrow. If Europe goes full capital control and ceases gold ownership, how will that affect the United States?
I who knows? I mean, they're already implementing things that people wonder about here. Italy came out and said tax now or later for those non-declared or metal that people hold that they have no receipts on. In Italy, they can tell the government today and pay taxes on it today, and then move forward. So I mean, who knows? The what if questions are impossible
Yeah.
to ask. I think you hope for the very best
And
and
you
prepare
expect the
best
worst.
you can.
Yeah. At Victoria Z 4357 said, what did you gentlemen think about the CME? I'm not believing anything about the 11-hour shutdown. Something is definitely going on. Do you think it has anything to do with liquidity issues? Yeah, Victoria, when we're done tonight, just go back to the very early part of the live Q&A. We go over it. Yeah, it's something
It's
definitely.
absolutely liquidity. There was 400 million ounce
Yeah.
delivery requests that freaked everyone out. And, you know, there is some conjecture, and I've seen people push back against it, but there was, I don't know, I don't remember the number, a massive, I'd say $40 billion withdrawal from the repo market. So at the same time or thereabouts, um, what they were saying basically is that this bank got in big trouble. The Fed had to step in and bail them out with a massive injection of money into the repo market. So maybe, maybe not, don't know. But it smells very fishy.
Yeah, in the infamous words of in the movie Can't Buy Me Love, something stinks in suburbia, that's for sure. No doubt about it.
Did you just quote Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah, loved it. Ronald Miller. Ronald Miller. Yeah. Big fan. Big fan. All right, let's see. Let's see here. What is Miggy 92's? Oh, wait.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, well, there you go, Miggy. Glad that we got you out of here. All right, so Andy, what would a reset look like at Groot Williams?
Of what?
I would imagine the reset of gold. I think that's probably what he's talking about.
You know, who knows? It could be a revaluation. It could be just that the COMEX loses trust and price setting moves to other parts of the world. It would be, you would wake up and the price would be a whole hell of a lot higher, and all of a sudden there would be a race, if it were silver involved, between the industrials and the hedge funds. I think that's coming, a battle for, you know, secure it in possession, pull it off the exchange. A reset in gold would be phenomenal because there's so very few people who have any interest in it at all, and it would overnight blow up the retail market. There'd be nothing left by the morning. I think it would be scary at first. I think it would be very, very scary, and I think
Well, we live in scary times right now. There's no bullshit. This is scary times.
they say there is no bull market like a gold bull market,
That is
because
true.
the higher the price goes, the more reluctant people are to part with it, as it reinforces their beliefs that led them this way to begin with.
True, true, true. I'm definitely not going to pronounce this correctly. It's at Adashefs, but I figure if I say it fast, it sounds better. Adashef says, you and I are like listening to an old married couple. Hilarious.
I think a lot of people would say that.
Yeah, you should see
here
us
at
on
the
the
club.
You should
Yeah.
see us on the golf course. It's definitely,
Especially when we wear the same outfit.
you know, I remember what I said though. Statistically, they say that friendships
Yeah.
that
Give
where you
each
make
other
fun of
shit.
each other and give each other a lot of
Well,
shit.
you can't give just a casual friend shit unless you're Eric doing it to Cliff.
Yeah, but I mean, like you and I really,
Which makes
give-
me uncomfortable, by the way.
I know,
Just
but you and I
beats
really,
him up.
well, he's not a fan. You know that he's not a fan, and I try and give you like more shit than anyone,
Yeah.
and you probably give me more shit than anyone. It's fine,
I'm
but
okay with
it's
it.
only because of the love that I have for you. You know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're
it's all
from
good.
Minnesota. You're like a nice person, so I have to.
And you're
try and-
not.
No, I'm from New York.
Right.
No, no good, no good. All right, let's see.
Someone wants to see the baby.
They want to what?
They want to see the baby.
Here she
Lola?
is. No, neither.
At Sunshine, Z2F says, what about purchasing fractional gold? Listen, we both love fractional gold. I mean, gold is gold. If you don't have the ability to purchase a full ounce of gold, there is nothing wrong with purchasing, you know, 4/4 ounces or, you know, 10 1/10 ounces. Hey, honey.
This is Mila.
Yeah, that's Mila. So yeah, keep stacking. I don't care if it's fractional. I don't care if it's full ounces. Just keep it coming. Keep buying. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's good. Oh, that's more action than I've gotten in quite some time. All right, here at Ed Jammin, as a Canadian, silver and gold has hedged my savings against its failing value versus other currencies. Glad I hold monster boxes. Yeah.
That's the whole premise of it. And it's happening here in the dollar too. You just don't realize it. But like we've talked about, measure ounces of gold against anything, like the price of a house, you know. I've done this so many times, I kind of know it now. In 2005, gold was $445 and the house was 240,000. That was the average price. So 240,000 divided by 445 is 540 ounces of gold. That would have bought you a house 20 years ago. Today, the average price is, what is it, like
474,000 or something like that.
Okay. How many ounces did I say?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to
Damn
you
it. Why not?
because I'm tired. I hear you. I hear you a
So
lot.
540 ounces today would be, even just that melt value would be $3 million. It would buy you 4 houses.
Did you just put 2420? I think you did that wrong. Double it. It's not. Yeah.
24.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Times
not
2.
2450.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
4250. Yeah, it's my glasses.
And by the way, this is why Andy is
I can't
not.
see
I
anything.
know, but this is why Andy's not allowed to
4250.
be in charge of scoring when it comes to golf. Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, thank you.
Those
Whatever.
yours or hers?
No, I'm not wearing these.
Yeah, no, you are. They look
No,
good on you.
those-
They look good on you. You want me? Here. Here you go.
Whatever.
Take 'em.
You get the point.
I know. You like,
You know,
2420.
you have as much going through my head as.
oh, trust me. I got
Believe
plenty.
me, yeah.
I got plenty. All right. I love
Don't
it.
worry about it. I don't need it. I'm good.
He threw them away. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. At Bob podcast with Gareth, Scott, and Mike a week or so ago, they watched a different approach, and we're in uncharted territory. So where do you see it going?
We'll see what going.
I guess. Prefer.
I don't know. Again, money in the world is doing the central banks, and now the big money here in the States. They're showing where it's going. Won't go straight up, but look, silver's up 95-8% this year. Gold's up 70 plus. It's certainly doing well. The thing, but acceleration behind it in terms of where it ultimately goes, higher than people think possible, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I like the name of this one. At Politicians Never Lie is asking, is it too late to buy silver? I mean, I think that we are on, I believe, this is just the beginning. This is the precipice. I think that silver is, and I found the YouTube video, it's called Why Silver is the Most Undervalued Asset in Human History. And it's very informative. I urge you to go out there. And then at Politicians Never Lie, you can make your own judgment call as to whether you think it's too late to buy silver. But I think that we are in the very early stages of what's.
So do I. But cost averaging smooths out uncertainty. If you're concerned about it, again, emotion and the price is running away from. Who's to say it won't be sustained? But cost average your position in, and you will end up.
Someone is saying that the sound is.
One of Kevin's at a fast food restaurant is go.
I do that.
Go.
When we go to McDonald's, I say, burger, large fry. Okay.
Yeah, that's very.
She's
very deep.
Did you just take that away?
I just by accident.
Okay.
started
All right. PJ Bowler, 3129 says, tattoo. What vest do you have for Michelle McCord? You had to give her a vest. Oh, I'll give Michelle a vest. I don't know which one yet. I did just buy another one. A vest.
Well,
You
I
don't?
I don't. No ideas. But I did just eat something. Yeah.
Do you ever get tired of buying vests?
Do you buying?
Oh my god!
What is that? Don't. Oh my God.
Literally, this is what was.
By the way, my dog actually ate one of his AirPods. That's why it was cutting off.
Yeah, it was
'Cause it's
switching to the
connected to the-
AirPod. It was
right.
going into her mouth.
It's Mila
Yeah.
is the culprit. Yes.
She must have been on the desk right in front.
So-
Right in front of you. Good thing you.
Brian just texted me, one of my clients. Yes, that is the YouTube video that you watched that I watched. Same thing, very informative. So I'll try and put it up there and post it so that everyone can do so. Nitro Burp 2694 says he'd love to have a beer with us. Come to South Florida. We'd love
Where
to
are
sit
you?
down and have a beer. Where are you from? Let's write it up.
I like beer,
Uh,
good beer. Oh, let me tell a quick story.
Oh, mine. Here we go. I
I'm
know
in
what
London
story.
with this idiot, and we're in London at a pub, right? And everyone there is drinking beer.
I don't
So
know.
I order a beer. What do you think he orders? I'd like a guess. Can anyone guess if what would be the most opposite alcoholic drink you could ever drink in London at a pub? And
John, if
they
you get it
looked
right,
they looked at him like, who the hell are you, mate?
mate, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Newman. Uh-huh. Whatever, you know what? I haven't had a beer since probably my sophomore year in college.
He says, "Can I have a margarita?"
Yeah.
That is funny as hell, dude.
By the way, it was a great margarita, and I enjoyed it. And I
Yeah,
would
the
go-
mix was probably 20 years old.
Yeah, that's a little much. All right, let's see.
Bring the margarita mix from the basement.
All right, let's get to business, Andrew. At Mark rank 77. I know that was like intense, right?
You feel better?
No, I'm feeling a little warm now, but ooh. At Mark rank 77 said, "What should the ratio be between gold and silver be today?"
16 to 1.
Ooh.
And that's what it's been for 5,000 years. And it was based, I would think, on the
Double the geologic, roughly.
no, it was 16 to 1. That was the
What
geologic.
do
So
you
you
think
could
it
argue
should
7 to 1, but 16 to 1 would be in line with, the Romans were at like 12 to 1. In Great Britain, it was 15 or 16 to 1. Sir Isaac Newton. That's just that's what it always was. So somewhere between 16 to 1 and 7 to 1, Keith Neumeyer says that is the geologic ratio right
Yep.
now. Biblical times it was 1 to 1.
Yep. All right. So at Dolly got Biggins says, Andy, why don't whales legally gobble up all available retail silver or platinum? Surely it's been contemplated. Well, I mean, I think that the reason is because most of the whales that you're referring to don't believe or hadn't believed in the metals market. Most of the whales, when they use the term whales for the most part, is used more in crypto for the whales. And number two, if you're talking about the big whales, the extremely wealthy people in equities, those people are not necessarily believers in the metal. So, I mean, you're getting a lot. I mean, look, you have who's the billionaire hedge fund?
David, I know who you're talking about. He bought
Who bought over $1 billion in
no,
silver.
he bought a
Silver.
couple $100 million
Yeah,
worth.
right.
David,
I'm drawing a blank. I
I
can't
know what you're
remember.
talking about.
Yeah. But there are. And by the way, killing it. He absolutely bought it. Right time, right place.
David Bateman.
Yeah, David Bateman. Killing it.
You know,
Way to
he
go.
follows me. Maybe he's watching this right now.
David.
If
killing
you're
it.
on, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's bring you on stage.
And yeah, I mean, that would be sensational, but killing it.
Yeah,
No doubt.
David's done well, and everyone said you're an idiot, David. I'm
Yep.
sure his peers and
Yeah, look
he
who's the
who
idiot
laughed
now.
last. Right?
Right, exactly. All right, let's see. Mary Ellen Johnson says your beach day is just around the corner. The EFT calls are about to blow this up. They won't be able to deliver very, very soon. Hang on to your shorts or put on your Depends. I like the way that sounds. I agree with you.
It's a
There
lady
you go.
who knows her
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, this is a tough one. At Nancy Paulino 1553 said, "What's the minimal amount of silver you should acquire for a family of 5? Whatever you can afford."
I always used to say at least a quarter bag of junk silver per family member, which is 250 face, would be the minimum.
So you're talking about 1.25 bags.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's about 1,000 ounces for a family of 4. I think that would be a good starting point. Look, it's hard. It's unfair to say that when I don't know, what their financial situation is. But whatever you can is better than nothing,
Correct.
I guess.
That's it. It's just like when people ask you how much should you put in metal?
Yeah.
What's your answer?
Well, I don't always say that.
Well, you do a lot. But what's the answer? It's whatever you don't want to keep at risk in fiat.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's a
Which is
prime
right.
example. The dollar index says it's down 8 or 9% this year against the Dixie. It's down 100% against silver. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. The dollar index masks the dollar's true decline.
All right. What time is it, by the way?
6:34.
Okay.
You know,
Uh,
Another show.
I have another
You-
show I
what?
need to do
When?
What time is it? I
I
think
know you told me about it this morning, didn't you?
I gotta
But it
find
wasn't in your calendar.
Mm.
Well, Robert Hutchinson,
I'll find it
8416
right
says, Andy, are you seeing supply drying up or getting harder to source metals for MFPM as of yet? So, yeah, it's definitely getting harder. I mean, right now, we were actually able to get a large shipment of sealed American Silver Eagle monster boxes that we were selling very, very inexpensively, but we, I believe, don't have very many of those left. It's not very easy to come by the backdated coins right now because not many people are looking to get rid of them. They're holding on to them, they're hoarding them. So the fact that we were able to get these sealed monster boxes was pretty insane. I don't know how many we have left or if we have any left at that point, but it is definitely getting harder. No question about it. So yeah, when somebody does call in for a buyback, I get excited because it's metal that I know that we, want to be able to sell back to some new clients. So yeah, but it's definitely getting more difficult and has been.
it's at 7 o'clock to
All right.
7:45.
All right, we'll finish up in a couple minutes here.
Something called the Milk Road. Macro recording.
Okay. At Mike Funderburr, 80.95, is it good to buy 90% silver right now? It is probably the best time to be buying
The best
90%.
value that I've ever
Without a
seen.
doubt, best value. And I think that we have that. I think we had it on special, but whatever. If you're buying junk at roughly under $1 over spot, you're getting it at a steal. So, somebody today actually wanted to know because someone said that they heard that people were melting junk. And I said, you're probably better off melting a lot of other silver besides junk because junk is a fixed amount of coins out there in terms of the fact that there's only a certain amount that will never be made again. Pre 1965, they are only a certain amount of quarters, dimes, half dollars. Yeah, buy it if you can. Like you just said, whether it's quarter bag per family member. Listen, at the end of the day, buy what you can afford to buy, but don't not buy because you don't think it's enough. Having 1 ounce is still better than having no ounces. That's my opinion. What's the best way to introduce people to stacking silver at Gold Miner James? Gold Miner James, I would tell you to instruct your friends, your family to listen to Andy's videos is probably the best way, the most honest way to introduce them to the basic economics. And okay, he's getting up. Yeah.
You give something like this to someone to hold. This is a kilo Britannia.
Can I hold it?
They'll be like, "Oh my God!"
Bye.
You know,
I'm out.
that's all right.
Can I get the kilo?
It's all yours.
Oh, nice.
But put some metal in someone's hands. It's been in our DNA for 5,000
These are
plus
the Brit,
years.
these are the Brit kilos I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Do we still have these?
I don't know.
These are beautiful, by the way. This is a UK Britannia kilo coin. That's not so good. It's the king, but this weighs 32.15 ounces.
Right.
And it is beautiful. I mean, you could see the workmanship, the detail. It's
See the
just absolutely-
reflective.
yeah.
That's why it's the
It's
finest
beautiful.
conductor
Yep.
of light and heat of anything.
But this is what it is. I mean, and by the way, this used to be, again, kilos when we were doing them back in the heyday, March 23, you were buying kilos for what,
Eight
six,
something,
700?
yeah.
32 times $20 it was.
Mhm.
$600. Now a kilo you're talking about, it's kilo is going to cost you what, close to 1,800
Yeah.
around there,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the best way. The best way, truly though, have them listen to a lot of Andy's videos. He, as you guys know out there, he cuts things into baby food. He makes things not so confusing for the normal folk out there. So I think that's probably the best way to go ahead and do so. All right, let's get one more because you got to
It's a
go.
cool coin.
It really is. You know which ones are all? And that's the
Anti-counterfeit.
yeah. The other ones that were really cool looking were the Brit 10 ounce. the Merlins.
Oh yeah,
Those
the
are cool.
Wizard.
I bought a lot of those.
Yeah, those are
I
neat.
bought a ton of those. All right, let's get one more and then, well, let's get two more. At 24 Baby Bull says, talk about counterfeits. Heard China's pumping out fake silver dollars.
Don't buy them from anywhere but a major company, period.
And by the way, a very good telltale if they're fake. If anyone is trying to sell you silver coins under spot, it's not real.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So that should be your first telltale.
Yes.
Yes.
1 ounce coins made by a sovereign minted
Right.
under spot. It's not.
Yes. Moldenite. Yes, that is a rumor that JP Morgan moved its entire gold trading desk from New York to Singapore. We heard that as well.
I don't
We
think
believe
it's
that
true.
it's true.
No,
We don't,
we don't.
No, we don't believe it's true.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, here. That's another one about the cooling system. That's bullshit. All right, here we go. Let's end on this one. At Robert Hutchinson. Andy, why are Eagles and Buffaloes such a different price? They both hold 1 ounce of gold. I'll start this one and then you can finish it. Number one, the biggest difference between the Eagle and the Buffalo. Yes, they're both gold. They both contain 1 ounce of gold. The American Gold Eagle is actually a 22 karat coin. It contains 1 ounce of gold, but it also contains 1/10 of an ounce of a silver copper alloy, which gives it the strength, the durability, and the brown, darkish hue. Whereas the Gold Buffalo is 1 ounce of pure gold, 24 karat, which is very soft. And we always say that if you drop both coins on the floor, you will not notice any difference in that American Gold Eagle. But if you drop a Buffalo on the floor, there will most likely be a big scratch or nick in that gold coin.
All of that is true and very important for people to know. But the reason that the price discrepancy is the way that it is, and most of the time they're the same price, or very close to it. What happened was that if we go back to spring, May, June, there was very little demand in this industry from the mainstream. Once everyone was plowing into Nvidia and everything, we were selling gold eagles for roughly half the price of what the brand new ones were right from the mint. To buy from the mint, we were selling to the public for $79 over spot. The allocations came out in May and June where you had to tell the mint this is how many we would like, and because business was so soft and we were able to sell gold eagles at such a discount, the dealers who buy the coins from the mint, most of them said, we'll pass this time. And so they hardly made any. And then all of a sudden business spiked and it became a very, very hard coin to get because the mint, again, the model of inefficiency,
Yep.
they didn't make them.
Yeah, there's about it's almost about $150 discrepancy now between the Buffalo and the Eagle.
Yeah.
You know, for us. I had somebody today.
Normally they're the same price
yeah.
or within $10 of each other.
Yeah, not anymore. She wanted 24. She said she wanted Eagles, and then
my guess is if the
Scroll back.
2026 gold Eagles and gold Buffaloes will be virtually the same price.
Yep, definitely. Well, we would think, but we'll find out soon enough.
Sound like Rain Man there, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely
Charlie Babbitt.
yeah, Charlie Babbitt, definitely not Reminder. All right, let's what is this? Yeah, all right.
It's like my wife can never say goodbye.
Oh, what is the name of the video, Kevin, you were talking about that you sent a link to Andy this morning and had good information about? So the video is, let me put it up and I'll tell you what it is. It is called, on YouTube, it is called Why Silver is the Most Undervalued Asset in Human History, parentheses, the Solar Panic, end parentheses. 51 minutes, very informative. I urge everyone to take a listen to it, even if you have to do it in different parts. It will either solidify your belief in why you own silver, or it will definitely, at least it did for me, it didn't have to make me a believer, and I knew many of the things that he mentions, but there's probably a lot in there that he will mention.
No,
that you
send
were
that to
unaware
the
of.
Silver Stacker.
Yeah.
The guy that needs helping his friends.
Yeah.
Have him listen to
Yeah,
someone
that's it.
completely unbiased.
All right, I think we're good. I know you have to leave. You have another one coming up, and we have to eat. So I'm glad we got, wow, we have about 4,056 live right now, 4,059. I hate leaving on a high note like this when we have such good audience, but Andy does have to run and do another podcast, and then he needs to spend some time with his daughter who's leaving tomorrow,
And my parents.
and Jonna's parent.
Your parents.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
yeah, very exciting.
I'm sitting right here.
Oh yeah, we
Oh.
forgot about that.
So-
Jonna, look away for a minute. Sorry. So we will be back. We're back a week from today.
We are.
Yeah, so we're back a week from today. So listen, we only have about 3 weeks.
You need to figure out how we give the coin away. Maybe something like this. I'm not saying so, but maybe how you give it away to who is. How do we know who's number 10,000?
Well, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do 100,000. Number one is what you mean.
I mean, yeah, 100.
Yeah, it's been a long day for you. I know. It's
Just
okay.
feel like we know
I got you,
that
buddy. I got you.
we have
It's going to be
80,323.
all right. So we went up a
Oh
little
my
bit.
God,
What?
331.
Okay. So we just went down to. Look
Yeah.
at her hair. Look at her hair. I love it.
I know. You look like Alpha.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we're going to hit 100,000, and for that, once we hit the 100,000, we're going to do a nice giveaway as a celebration that we've hit the 100,000.
Tell your daughter to not sign up for it again. She almost won. That would have been very bad.
Would have been bad for you. Would
Well,
have been
you
bad for
can't
her.
give it away to your daughter.
I don't think. Well, I can.
No, that's kind of, you can out of
You-
your stash.
Yeah, no, not my stash. It's so much more fun giving away your medals.
Get that.
This might be one of the things that we give away,
Maybe.
or is it going to be a kilo of gold?
I was
Is it going to be a kilo of gold? I think no.
No,
Yeah, no
Definitely.
kilos of gold.
No.
Okay,
But people are saying they want monster boxes giveaways.
I'm sure they.
that's
do.
a good monster. But they just want the empty
That's
ones, or they
basically
want.
$30,000 giveaway.
That's what it is
Yeah,
now.
that's a big.
Isn't that crazy? 30,000 for monster
It
boxes.
is.
I know. All right. Well, listen, it's been real. We'll be back a week from today. Guess my vest. That's going to be the giveaway for next week. Guess my vest.
I'm gonna take a picture of his closet next time I'm over there. I shit you not, 30 feet of vests. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. It's like not something you would expect to see walking into a man's closet.
Well,
Just saying,
just saying. Listen,
that wasn't.
it's
you
been
know,
real. I want to
Let's
thank
talk
everyone out there. We can talk.
I gotta go.
I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in tonight. It's always fun with you out there. And by the way, you can always send your questions in prior to info@milesfranklin.com. We'll see you next week. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like. We'll be back a week from tonight. See you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.